Welcome back to the State Farm Analyst Space. 4 chairs, carpet, old foldy sheet, new foldy sheet. Not expecting to fold it in this direction.
Yeah.
I was expecting to fold it in the 100 Thieves direction, but what this means actually is the day is potentially way more interesting. So we went over it in the pregame, but the dig path to playoffs is alive, which also means the dig path to 4th place is alive. We went through this, so look at this. They have done their job, but now they need EG, Golden Guardians, and FlyQuest to all lose. Otherwise, Dig will be put into a 3 or 2-way tie where they're 0-2 against all those teams. In a 4-way tie, they still have a chance.
Check mark.
Check mark, plus the 2 tiebreaker wins.
Verified.
Shocking.
I'm surprised you're surprised because they've never lost 100 Thieves this year.
4-0 now.
Look at the data.
I think the big thing is, like, I went through this whole thing about, like, oh yeah, like pushing bot lane is gonna be super important. That had absolutely nothing to do with what happened in this game. And the one game I didn't pull stuff from was the last time they played each other, which
Close your
looked
eyes.
No.
a heck of a lot like this game.
So there's a world where what happens this play is like the Lucian flashes the Jarvan and the Jarvan has to flash follow and still get the knockup, you know? I just pretend that's that play in my head.
Yeah,
It's
you're
like
living-
a clean
your head
version.
cannon?
Yeah, that's my head cannon.
Living in that Marvel universe, I agree with you.
Yeah,
I see that.
it looks a lot better that way.
Actually a very close game. Very messy though. Like it felt like 100 Thieves almost has some type of mental block, or Dignitas was playing with like a bit of confidence, but there's really a lot of just messiness in this game.
It was a game where 100 Thieves clearly had, or excuse me, Dignitas clearly had the better team comp, but the dragon stacking was in 100 Thieves' favor. And so it came down to all these dragon fights where 100 Thieves was probably going to lose them if they didn't get to the soul.
Yeah, and unironically, like, Blue just had a great performance this game on his Victor pick. You'll probably see it off this dragon fight, but in general, Abbedagge could not actually go into any of these fights just simply because of how he was getting bursted. I think this one was literally it. Because if you see Someday's perspective, he's finding a way in an angle into the fight. But his team's literally getting bursted. This was the moment that Abbedagge got literally just demolished.
But you can also see in the fights, the team comps are awkward.
Yes.
Like, you
Lucian
can have
got
a
flayed
flanking
out.
Lucian.
Yeah.
Flanking Lucians can work if you actually have people that can buy time.
Yeah.
Only Volibear could buy time, and he really wasn't able to buy that much of it against a Jinx Victor. So once the game did get close in gold, it should be heavily Dignitas' favor, and that's what Fake God said in his interview as well.
I think the Dragon Steal by Blue, like you were pointing out there, to stop Soul from going over, that could be a very different fight. Potentially, if they got Soul, they instantly get that shield and they can go in. But yeah, otherwise, it just felt like the squishy members, as soon as they went in, Blue just dropped his damage and they died. And then it's like, okay, well, that's an advantageous fight for them.
Well, and the last time they met, it was another really messy game, a lot like this one. But we were pointing out Blue because he actually had a really strong laning performance against Abbedagge in that game.
Something that we're guessing was on the mind, player of the game Blue right here, with Summit and Someday. Someday had such a great game yesterday. Someone was like 0-8. So you're thinking, hey, maybe Someday could be in the MVP candidacy. Do we think there's a world where they're like, let's give him Lucian to move him up Mount Summit?
Oh, for sure.
Surely.
So did
We have
he
to
move
go
up?
back to Mount
Yeah,
Summit.
we have Mount Summit.
What has this
here.
game done to the MVP race?
Where do I move him?
You got
Yeah.
this, Emily.
So
Where? You guys gotta tell me though. He's like
so-
even here. It looks like with Blabber and Closer.
somebody's still, I don't actually know what's going to happen. He has to move down a little bit because you feel like you picked the Lucian to prove that you can carry.
And then you die
I guess
4
move
times
down?
in like lane phase. He's pretty far, like he's off.
He's off.
put him in the middle.
Right here's
off
good.
the
Right here's good.
closer.
Right here's good,
Okay.
I think. I'd put him there.
You know what I'd say? The player of the game though,
Yeah, Blue.
Blue was actually really good. I accidentally stepped on him yesterday.
Yeah, where did Blue go?
He's
Yeah.
still on my shoe.
Oh my
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
grab
Do you
him.
wanna
Pick him
put
off. Pick him off.
some-
He's back in the world.
Terrible.
He could still be 4th. We
Where's
could be
he-
dealing with
where
the
is he
4th place
going?
mid laner
I
here.
put him even with Someday at this point.
Oh, God.
No, he's not that high.
Yeah.
Okay.
He was,
High's
like,
going to call us
here.
biased because he was arguing for him. That's
Yeah,
good.
High was the one
Yeah.
who wanted Blue, so
Put him back
back
up there.
there.
A
That was a good
cautionary
game.
tale for top laners who are trying to win MVP with Lucian. Bwipo went over to the wrong mountain after he started playing Lucian as well.
TL's just chilling. They're just there. They're on their own mountain.
It's a tough world out there. We got to look ahead to our next match, though. CLG, they've decided to field their academy roster, and their bottom laner, Prismal, has some words for all his new competitors. Check it out.
To any other AD carry that I'm going to play against this year or next, I want you to know that I'm excited to play against you. I watch all your VODs. I study your gameplay. I know your habits and what mistakes you make, and I've been working super hard this year, and I'm going to keep working hard to be not only a better teammate than you, but a better competitor, better laner, better team fighter, and I'm going to outplay you at all points of the game, and I'm just excited to show everyone that.
I'm happy he said the excited point because that looked like a cut from Liam Neeson's movies. I was like, I'm coming for you. Like,
I know where you are.
That
I know.
was intense, yeah.
Yes.
Danny, you may be leading the league in kills, but I'm going to ruin your playoff chances.
There it is. There it is. No, I'm excited to see him play, just because, you know, he's been somebody who's been thriving in team fights pretty consistently. When he was on 100 Thieves Academy, surely now that he's on CLG Academy, able to hit that first place spot in the Academy, but we're looking at the standings currently.
Yeah, for EG, it's win and you're in still. If they get 9th, then that whole Dignitas story is dead that we were just hyping up. They become guaranteed in, and at that point, you're playing for 4th or whatnot. So for Prismal, he's trying to stop that from happening.
All right, so we just quickly over the rest of the CLG Academy roster since we haven't seen them. If you haven't been watching Academy, they have been a top Academy team for pretty much the entirety of the Academy regular season. Proving Grounds is happening right now as well, but this is the tweet from CLG Gaming. They're going to be competing on stage tomorrow. They just want to reward them with the opportunity to showcase their talent on the main stage, so give them support tomorrow. We talked about this a little bit in Waiting Room as well. I'm personally happy to see them getting this chance. I think it's also what's best for CLG as an organization to give them these reps.
100%. I mean, the fact that they're able to succeed, not only in the Academy split, but also just in the amount of games that they poured in and how high-ranking they were in Champions Queue.
Yeah.
That was just really good to see. They're hungry players. And like some of the highlights that you would see from Champions Queue were things like Dhokla getting a solo kill on Summit or something like that. And like the fact that there was a joke around the fact that, yeah, Dhokla is highly rated, he was ranked 3, but at the time, Breezy was ranked 1, right before he got toppled, right? It was an internal, basically, competition within the Academy team, see how high they can go. So it's really fun to see this team. They take fights a lot. They're pretty confident in their hands, specifically Triple and RoseThorn. So I want to see what they can do now in the LCS stage when the competition is tougher.
And they're up against a team who really wants to win. You can see the CLG Academy roster right there. But EG is still in the heat of the playoff race, not a situation they thought that they would be in when they were in the lock-in finals about 2 months ago. But if EG doesn't win this one, they have a chance of actually missing playoffs. So let's talk a little bit about EG and how we feel about their team kind of based on the way they succeed or fail.
So
Go for it.
you want to go? Okay, I was going to say, like, I know people keep repeating the stuff about the drafts. I'm not here to defend EG's drafts necessarily, but I'm also not here to flame them because I think it still comes down to a lot of execution errors. Like, so even if I disagree with the draft, and it gets to the point where that draft is not in a winnable situation, I think there are still so many execution errors you can point out that got them there.
I think the draft point is one that I'm going to call the players out a little bit for. Danny, a couple weeks ago, they lost a game against Rise Volibear mid, and he tweeted about how impossible it was. You see, we had to necro this post because he deletes all his tweets. We still got it, Danny. We got you on tape.
Internet's forever.
Yeah, internet's forever. There's no point deleting them. But he was basically saying this game sucked. We had this rough matchup because of the mid-jungle combo. The game they lost yesterday was literally the mid-jungle combo they played against last time. There are a couple other wrinkles into it, but they didn't execute it nearly as cleanly, which you'll eventually see in the highlights that we have, that they did not play well. They are dying after making ganks happen. They're dying in top lane. They're getting bad dives from Danny in the bot lane. Like, the draft at some point is not the excuse. And he even tweeted about it again yesterday, I believe, about how, like, oh, we'll have a better draft today, guys.
Drafts can definitely be a problem, and I know, like, EG's coaching staff has talked about how they're trying to transition their scrim results to stage, which is a verifiable thing based on the people that I've talked to, that they are a very good scrim team. But I think right now it's more of an excuse than a reason.
Exactly, because some of the plays that are coming right in front of you, this was an instance of jojopyun walking into Fog of War when your frontliner should be doing that, so he dies there. There's another instance where he is chilling in a bush they actually see him walk into. So they see him walking into the bush, and they essentially push him out of it and kill him off of that one and get full control of Dragon Side off of it. And then, of course, like we all have seen this.
Damn, dude, bad draft. Just really unlucky draft today. That's just such a draft gap right there. I got gapped in the draft. Unlucky, dude.
Well, you need a mark with sass skin. Like, that's what we need. Just for, but like, literally, though, they are playing poorly. So, like, that is something they need to be able to address. And I agree. I didn't like that draft just because you can talk about the Graves being the Graves and Kai'Sa pick.
Yeah,
so, like,
I agree.
It is fair. But the in-game play is the biggest thing that they need to be able to deal with.
Well, and to re-hit on Mark's point where he's like, oh, maybe they saw the volley rise combo and they're like, we really like want that.
Yeah, that's more the point. Their draft yesterday was probably bad.
There's a way that you can play around that and just like super, super hard force early, go to side lanes, and that draft, even though it has a lot of flaws, can end up winning based on execution. So if you're picking something like that, think about how you want to execute it.
For sure. I think that's the ultimate point of a lot of team comps is like there's strengths and weaknesses that everything's going to have. And when you fail to do the strengths correctly, the weaknesses become exacerbated. And then that's what people focus on. It's like, oh, well, the draft had all these problems, but you didn't do the thing that draft was supposed to do, which is get mid-jungle priority and roam on you, which is exactly what his tweet was about. And yet they never did that exact play, which is why they drafted it. So that's my whole point when you start talking about drafts is like, it's supposed to do a thing that you didn't do.
Still a very important game for EG. They're trying to get the win. If they win, Dignitas is also out. 9 wins will get any of these teams into playoffs. So, freaking Kobe, take it away.
Pulling for CLG here.
Hey, thank you very much. Welcome back. We are Froby, I think, as people have said. They've just been saying it. I'm just quoting what I hear on the internet.
Yeah, but then you decided to wear a suit all the time.
I did.
So what's up with that?
So it was Super Week. Where's your superhero outfit?
Yeah, but that changes our dynamic.
Oh, you're right. Well, that's why we're back together. You know, we had the Doug do back together the previous day. Stakes once again. If you win, you are into playoffs. So Evil Geniuses guarantee they make it. Dignitas, if EG wins, or if Golden Guardian wins, or if FlyQuest win, if any of those teams win, Dignitas are out. So right now, Dig fans, you are hoping CLG Academy brings up the win and pulls CLG up here because that is the only way that the 5-way tie, or the 5 tiebreaker dream is alive. Only way that Dignitas' playoff dreams are alive is a CLG win. EG can reach as high as 4th. We'll see if they can do it here.
And I want to see in this draft, Evil Geniuses try and target Dhokla. And we will get into CLG Academy strategy a little bit later on in the game, but a lot of it is really top-centric around Dhokla. So if they can whittle down on some of that threat from the side of CLG Academy, maybe that is a good way to attack this team. You know, Impact is well suited as a veteran LCS top laner to handle a lot of varying situations. And Dhokla already having some fun with the hovers.
Okay, we go for a Kai'Sa here. So we're going to look at a more volatile team composition. Nautilus, a very common pick into Zeri. Turns out point-and-click crowd control is the great answer to high move speed mobility. And once that lands, Kai'Sa follows up. That is a very good natural combo.
Yes, Nautilus is the premier anti-Zeri pick. Oftentimes even picked before the opponent team you're assuming will pick Zeri because of that point-and-click. And naturally goes so well with Kai'Sa, one of the other very prominent AD carry picks right now. So pretty smooth opening here. No real big fluctuations across the meta. Generally, Volibear has skyrocketed. Volibear and Hecarim, 2 of the highest priority jungles, and since Hecarim is banned, you get the Volibear for the early priority there for Evil Geniuses. Plus, it plays 2 Leona Zeri lanes quite well. Leona is really good at setting up ganks, as well as that combo going for dives.
Well, Ahri going to be locked in here for triple. Gonna be a fun one to watch for. So a blind pick mid and not coming with bans right now. So we'll see if we get, the Vex, for example, as the option. But CLG will be able to guarantee they get last pick and counter pick for Big Dokes himself.
I am a bit curious why they don't try and match jungle pick here first, because Jojo loves counter picking. Jojo loves abusing lane matchups. That is his bread and butter. That is his League of Legends, basically. Jojo mid lane matchups. So I really want to see EG leverage the fact that they can get the counter pick here on mid lane because it was an early pick from Ahri. You mentioned the Vex. That is one of the premier ones, but I want to see what Jojo can do because he loves just playing up in lane, harassing, trading super frequently. And since he is the one with a Volibear and he gets to level some jungle bans at CLG Academy, it should mean that their mid-jungle can play very aggressive.
It can. However, Triple very comfortable on the Ahri. 12 picks on it so far this year. Triple, his next most common champion, with a 75% win rate. So by far his most dominant champion. He's like, look, I'm going for comfort. I'm going to try to show up here against jojopyun. It's my time to shine here as well. They get the Viego, should be a solid fighter, and pretty quickly we'll see if the gauntlet is thrown down if jojopyun wants to lock in.
Yeah, see, I want to see like the really aggressive ones, and Jojo has, done the LeBlanc into Ahri previously. Tries to trade super heavily early on, pre-6, pre-Ahri ultimate, and then call jungle for either setting up dives or just getting off a normal gank. So this is actually what I was calling for. The super aggressive assassin into assassin matchup here. Jojo versus Triple, baby.
It's going to be fun. It's going to be a lot of fun. We'll see what they end up doing in this game overall. To me, both from stats and the eye test, jojopyun is the best laning mid laner in the LCS. He has taken the early game by storm. The rest of it's been tough for EG, to be sure. Renekton going to be the grab here. Honestly, all these champions are quite early game focused on EG.
Yeah, they had better win this early game. They had better get some good lane stats, Phreak, because it is going to be Dhokla with the final counter pick into Renekton. What's it going to be, Big Dokes? Yes!
Yeah!
We get some spice. We get the Vayne, the confidence here from CLG Academy, from Dhokla. We have seen so many teams, when you don't have pressure up here on the stage, they can just let loose. And that is exactly the situation that CLG are setting their academy up with here today.
No, Vayne top globally, not the highest of win rates, but for Dhokla, he's 2-1 on the pick up here against the Renekton. I'm excited to see this one play out.
And we just came out of a game where 100 Thieves pick a very similar style, the Lucian top, range, aggressive trading, trying to harass the enemy top laner. That is doubly so here with the Vayne on top for Dhokla. Pretty good matchup into Renekton because you can condemn the slice and dice. You also have the tumble to try and keep your distance from the full lockdown. You can as well even go cleanse. Even if the Renekton then flashes on you, you can flash away as well.
EG for CLG, let's get it!
Not even fair.
What if respawning was refreshing? Here's to the round between rounds.
This game is rigged. This game is out to get me.
Welcome back. We will be slightly delayed in bringing you Summoner's Rift. There was a bug of undetermined kind. All I heard was there was a bug in my headset. They are remaking and going to launch back into Champ Select very soon. I'm seeing chat over on Kobe's screen. He's spectating. All I know is they're saying stuff back and forth, and we'll go back in pretty soon here. But I'm excited to see what comes out of this one because we've got the Vayne into Renekton. Globally, again, has not won very much. But if you look at Games of Legends, which is a great website, by the way, shout out Games of Legends, gol.gg, use it. It's a great stats website. They've got to sort of like synthesize like best Vayne top players worldwide. And just like basically it's just win rate in KDA, but it's cool. Dhokla's number 1. Dhokla is currently the number 1 Vayne top statistically in pro play. So what could go wrong?
What could go wrong, baby? Picking the counter pick, Vayne top. We're obviously going to look for junglers also to have eyes up towards the top side. Jarvan River in the last game went with the level 2 gank straight from red all the way up there to try and gank the Lucian top that Someday was piloting. And the Vayne poses a similar threat because if you leave the Vayne alone with the Renekton, she can harass freely with the range advantage and the safety of the condemn tumble as well. So it can get painful for the Renekton. And the Renekton basically has to choose the moment to go for the all-in and go for the kill. And it can collapse for the Vayne pretty quickly if the enemy jungle does come and Renekton gets that kill and starts to get money.
And then, yeah, what else is going to happen to this one? Because there's a lot going on here, right? Expecting a very volatile mid lane down here as well. Bot lane, I think, on the CLG side, they're hoping it's actually not too spicy. Certainly, a champion like Zeri, I think she'll generally have push overall, but she's like pretty early on. Once you get Sheen, you're pretty happy. When you get Triforce, you're really, really happy. I don't think there is an AD carry that spikes one item as hard as Zeri Triforce. Like, I'd take it over Ezreal with a Sheen upgrade. I think Zeri is the premier one-item AD carry. So, from 50 minutes onwards, like, we're going to see EG have control of the bottom lane, I'm assuming. Control over wherever Danny goes, and he's always been mechanically outstanding. But as time goes on, I think Kai'Sa looks better and better and better. And in general, like, she wants to be in the more open map states where she's going into fog, you know, finding the W, finding the engage with Nautilus, and picking someone off that, even a heads-up team fight, especially going for like an AP build, like, we'll probably see more out of the Zeri in a 5-on-5. Like, on average, you probably will. But the entire point is CLG wants to play a more chaotic situation. Oh, we got the Ahri charm. Kai'Sa follows. We found Nautilus flash ult. Kai'Sa follows. You know, like, that's the game plan here. Even a Vayne can them if you really need to. Like, you can shadow that champion and 2v1 the Renekton. You'll have enough damage there. So, I always have my eyes on the Kai'Sa in Kai'Sa comps. Keep in mind the ult range scales with rank. Rank 1 ulti is like 3 flashes. Like, it's not that far. But by rank 3, like, you are flying like you're almost TF.
Yep, definitely can, you know, collapse on a lot of those cross-map plays once you get late on into the game. But early on, love to see the defensive ones, you know, on people that are diving on you even, and just the position around the enemy champion that you casted on can have a huge influence on life or death situations. We see from some of these, and they have finished round 2 of the pick and ban, so they got back into a new game. We've got the same comps lined up, and we're ready for our second attempt to get into this one, Phreak.
Woo! Evil Geniuses versus CLG. Let's get it. No, this time there's no commercial break.
Let's get it, indeed. All right, I mean, so much goes along with, you know, getting your chance on the big stage, too, for these CLG Academy players. And they've put in a lot of work in the Academy. In the regular season in Academy, they were first place. Yep. So that's part of the reason why CLG as an org had the confidence, you know, to give them this platform to go and display their skills. And when you do have a short window like this, one game on the big stage in front of the entire LCS audience, this is your chance to really step up and make it count and really impress. And then that's when you pick the Vayne top, baby. Let's go.
That's going to make it a lot exciting. EG with a win will lock playoffs, and the dream of a 4th seed is alive. With an EG win, Dignitas's hopes are shattered. I actually would guarantee everyone else is in at that point, because Dig can't make it, everyone else does. So even the Golden Guardians and FlyQuest fans, reasonably happy with an EG win. And we'll now see what happens. Dhokla and Prismal on the LCS stage. It's going to be a whole lot of fun, and let's see what these guys can do.
Speaking of the tweets, there's a good tweet from Cubby, the Academy caster, talking about CLG Academy. And part of their strength has been the early game, over a 2,000 gold lead at 15. And almost half of that was all Dhokla. Dhokla had over a 900 gold advantage at 15. So we'll see if he can stack up those same Academy numbers here versus Impact in the LCS. Did get the counter pick. Meanwhile, it is going to be a fairly shallow invade for level 1. Deep ward here behind the Raptor camp that will at least see second camp if Inspired starts down towards red.
Yeah.
But as of right now, hovering up here to try and defend against Dhokla getting anything too deep, and just goes for the river ward instead of going for all the way towards blue Gromp ward.
The nice thing is, though, Volibear cannot break over that wall anytime soon, so if you're looking to stop that, for example, you know, Blast Fight doesn't spawn until almost like 6 minutes in the game, roughly. Like, certainly, the ward times out regardless by that point in time, so it lets you chuck Volibear ganks earlier, and if anything, if you're looking to stop someone who has to walk at you, that's actually the better ward position anyway.
And Impact playing it patiently here on the Renekton, just trying to stay out of auto attack range for the early stages. Sneak SCS every now and then. The vision in those side brush is definitely important.
Both players get electrocute off. It's always important to get that third tick of damage. It kind of like adds a good like 25% to your entire trade, so always very relevant to try to play slightly longer in those battles. Jojo gets some poke down without getting traded back. He's level 2 to 1, so Triple going to be a little on the back foot. Level 2, they're going to flash the engage right now. Can they kill off Vulcan? They got the plasma. The Ignite is on. He cleanses it. Vulcan going to stay alive, but now they go back and more for Danny. There's another set of 5 stacks gone. And though Prismal takes some damage, he's got potions, and both EG members are low.
Yep, and you've got no more potions left on Vulcan. He drinks every single one. Luckily for him, though, Inspired was pathing down towards this side of the map. Let's see. It would necessitate Breezy going offensive, though, because they've got a ward in river. So
actually gives away the vision, walks up, kills the ward. There was a chance Vulcan could have gone for like the Hex Flash into EQ onto somebody and forced the outplay from Breezy, since a flash with Nautilus could have maybe been killable. Prismal himself could have flashed away. No gank, though. Ward is down, and they put a new one in.
Yeah, probably your highest chance is if you wait for Vulcan to do his Hex Flash, then show the Volibear, because you saw Breezy and Prismal back up A little bit early vision from the River Ward there on Inspired does keep them safe, and it also buys time for their jungler.
Good bit of damage though lands the chain, and Prismal chunked. You can see a 10 CS lead already. jojopyun, welcome to the stage. By the way, best laner here and gets them low already.
And speaking of the jungle race, because of the extra time on bottom side there around that ward, it does mean RoseThorn finishes up his full clear and will be able to secure top Scuttle Crab for Dhokla. You mentioned the timings of these wards and the vision timing out for Vayne. Vayne wants constant vision on the enemy jungle to be able to track them, to make sure that he can continue to punish Impact and deny Impact CS and health in going for these trades. So top crab and a replenishment of that vision with the ward.
Because the crab will not watch you get out of the blue buff onto the top side, so that trinket ward's actually incredibly important. Vulcan himself could actually sweep this. Of course, he's roaming through the wards. This is known. Dhokla backs up. And now he's like, all right, he backed up. Where's the ward? No ward. And he actually won't kill the one down in the river.
And that's very smart movement from Dhokla. He did not react until Vulcan got all the way up to this side brush. So Vulcan assumes, because of the timing of the movement on Dhokla, that, oh, okay, the ward's got to be in this area.
Right.
But it was a really good placement by RoseThorn and communication there to not react to it too early, so it does not get swept out, and it will still provide safety.
Inspired finds this trinket ward though down. It's a very standard invade ward to put down for the jungler. Again, there's a second one that's certainly relevant as well. And that one probably will not get swept, so we'll see if Inspired wants to go to that lane. Once again, the ward will spot him.
Impact, though, for all this being said and done, has been able to scrounge up a decent amount of CS. Not heavily been harassed by the Vayne. Again, though, the standing ward we are talking about lives again and still provides the safety.
This is not the level 6 wave, though, so Impact cannot shove this one in, get 6-dive with ulti. It's another wave later, I do believe. So not going to be an easy play down here. Inspired walks around, now looks at the mid lane. Triple, not 6. Again, you need next wave for this one, so if you're going to go for an Ahri, you go right about now. Wants the chain, sidesteps. That chain would have forced a flash. That gank would have been pretty good. But meanwhile, as CLG withstand every single roam and every single gank, they've grabbed the first dragon, and RoseThorn's going to get out.
And Phreak, they've been doing it with information. Information is power for League of Legends. Enemy jungle tracking. What did it get them? It got them the earlier clear for RoseThorn, wasting Inspired's time down by the ward on bottom side, and then top side as well. That chain procs, though.
It's going to hurt a lot. One more hit. No, the flash is too late. And jojopyun continues to gap the mid lanes here in the LCS.
Oh, yeah. Welcome, welcome. Jojo came from Academy. That was long in the past, though, and now he's the one ushering in the new arrivals. Triple back to the fountain. Yeah, we could squeeze at the very end there. The auto is already in the air, and the flash goes out, so it also means no flash on Triple. Here's a look at the start. As I was looking over at the mini-map during the trade, and the chain finishing up meant you're toast.
Yep. Besides that, everything too. That charm, nah, still didn't land that one. That would have blocked the auto, would have let him out, but not gonna happen. So well done. You can see a 700 gold lead versus the Dragon. So far, EG winning.
And that's why I second guess the early pick for Triple. I understand that, you know, he has an Ahri preference, but early picking versus Jojo, is very, very dangerous.
Yeah, I will, just to have the discussion, because we're at downtime right now.
Sure.
If you always know you're kind of picking for Dhokla, do you want to blind pick him on 3 or blind pick him on 4?
Yeah,
where you can like guarantee the more comfort pick and comfort fans.
If you want to try and get the protection bands in there, and be able to protect your mid lane as well by virtue of, oh, let's grab the pick now and then use our next 2 bands to protect against, you know, Vex and LeBlanc.
Yeah.
Then that would stand to reason.
Unfortunately, they didn't ban LeBlanc.
That did not happen. So.
I see your point. Yeah, it didn't end up doing much for him. At least he grabbed the Ahri, but yeah, he is definitely getting outplayed right now. jojopyun, well done. Again, outstanding player for sure. And now level 6 on Triple is going to be a lot safer, is getting early defensive stats. We expect the Merc Treads. Everfrost is very common, so the Ruby Crystal is going to be part of that as well. Got to survive the matchup. Empowered stun for Impact, good damage. Dhokla not going to burn his own ulti, but does get the second set of Silver Bolts. But Impact and Inspired are here for a bit more. Turns the Invis. Flash condemn. Impact's going to be in range, though, and just cuts him down. Wasn't really a way out. And there you go. Well done.
Two kaijus, can't deal with them both. The giant Volibear, the giant Renekton, both flashes traded there for the top laners, cleanse down as well. Really nice gank coming from Inspired. And look at that, top of the charts there for the top triangle of the map for EG. That investment in the early game, very powerful solo laners for them, is paying off.
Prismal going towards the Manamune plus Dirk build, so he'll evolve Q pretty early on, and we'll see if he goes AP afterwards. I expect, though, if you're going for that build, you're not going to like suddenly go into, you know, Kraken Slayer, like you just go for more attack speed focused build, so it's going to be a later AP Kai'Sa, but he's going to flash in. Can he land the crowd control? The sidestep's going to land the first bit and the second bit, and they will finally get that kill. RoseThorn now on the board, but the rest of it's looking good for jojopyun, finds that kill, and even though he has stolen the Renekton, does not find the damage to finish this one off.
And that's going to have two domino effects across the map. One is that Volibear steals away the red, counter jungling up on the top side, and then Inspired, or actually didn't even grab the red. Dhokla got it. He found him at the red and was able to get it away from Inspired, so they got to push up the mid lane, and Dhokla's wearing red now. Thanks for the leash.
Great. He's going to run down to the bottom side of the map, try to catch the wave down there as the AD carry and support are making their way up to that side, but it is going to be some minions dropped into the tower in kind of both cases, but here we go. They'll drop 2.5 waves for this one, but they're going to try to get the kill on Jojo. Jumps once, flashes, gets away. Well done by Jojo to get away from RoseThorn. Not too much gold is dropped. Nice try by CLG.
And it's going to mean EG know they've got a power play on the top side of the map. Everybody, all three other members of CLG showing towards that bottom play. Let's see about this sweep.
Here we go, Vulcan, Danny, the early ulti wants to get in. He misses the anchor. Breezy's gonna die. At least they're a CC, so Prismal can ult the safety. My life for yours might have lived at the anchor, not sure, but this turret's gonna drop. Rift Herald is summoned. Danny should be shared almost all the gold.
Yeah, he was shooting his anchor at Vulcan, who was coming at him, and Vulcan's just like, okay, I will dodge back. And then you don't have anchor into a wall or into me, so there's no way you're getting out. And they do pick up the tower in the aftermath as well. Nice stuff here for EG, trying to push this lead ahead.
Yeah, little something. Prismal stops the recall, but ultimately, the rough road here. Yeah, sorry, thanks for the leash on Krug's actually going to go to them as well. Nice fight down here. Jojo gets the small chickens. Gonna hit RoseThorn, no ulti up. Stun from Impact, and that invade is going to get dropped. He's going to get shot, and Jojo on a killing spree now 3-0. Top turret low. Vulcan takes a turret shot or two. That's a little bit of danger, but Prismal can't follow that one up. Inspired and Breezy see each other, and it's like, yeah, this turret's under fire. CLG cannot really defend the champions.
Yeah, Zeri definitely good at taking the tower from a decent range here as well. And it looks like Vulcan had gone for an attempt at the dive as nice immunity there. Uses the unstoppable on Volibear ultimate to deny the hook pulling him back in. But as soon as Vulcan leveled up to 6 off screen, assuming he just insta-ulted and went for the dive.
And now Dhokla gonna have to respect the fact that Impact is onto him, and this is gonna be a tough fight. Pops the ulti. Will he have enough is the question. No, that was close, but still on the outside of the empowered queue. Impact takes the solo kill, thanks to the help. I got it from here.
Big Dokes, more like Big Pact.
Yeah.
Taking over the bottom lane here now. He's going to push in on another turret plate as well. Triple and RoseThorn come to avenge their top laner.
Looking for it. Going through a ward, though. Triple wants to find this. We know Impact is out of the ulti. Does not have flash. Should be killable. Will they land the crowd control is the question. Q's going to land. Watches the jukes. When's he going to turn around for the charm? Teammate. Once again, there we go. Lands the charm, lands the stun, lands a ton of damage. This should be a kill. When will they follow it up? That's going to be the shutdown. Well done. RoseThorn gets the credit yet again. 2 kills now.
And all of the resources heading down to that bottom lane. EG, you know, he was waiting for his teammates to arrive at the alcove, but every member of CLG Academy coming out of the base towards this dragon as well, and they land the stun.
No cleanse, no flash, no way home. I've seen that trilogy, and now it's going to be RoseThorn in the wrong spot as well. Has an ulti, I believe, but it's not. Nah, it's down. He's not going to have a way out. Down he goes, and the dragon going to be claimed now. EG laying claim to everything on this side of the map.
Yeah, they draft for some dominant early jungle here with the Volibear. Dominant early lanes with the solo lanes as well, and they get just that. Nicely played. I mean, Impact played the Renekton very nicely early on, getting a decent amount of CS while not sustaining too much damage, and he waited patiently for the Volibear gank to come. And once they get that gank and they crack this oppressive Vayne lane, taking down the flash, the cleanse, and his life, then he's unleashed. Pushing out there on the bottom side. Even though he died, the evil geniuses did get some revenge for themselves. And Danny going to finish up on the bottom turret while the rest of the team goes for a bit of a surprise play.
Flash in, but just stuns cleanse doesn't matter. Just deleted. jojopyun once again knocks him down. Anchors in, going to find some really good damage. They will trade back. Kill credit goes to triple, so both mid laners on the board with a kill. But the quality of death may be a bit higher getting rid of a Vayne.
And it means both side lanes were pushed at the same time by EG. So while it's a 1-for-1, it actually was a collapse of all 5 CLG members. And so you do get map priority for EG. Impact gets the wave up to the turret. And off screen down there, yes, there we go. Thank you for the picture-in-picture. Danny will finish up on the entire turret and get paid on the Zeri.
Substantial gaps pretty much everywhere at this point in time. You got 20 plus CS in most of the lanes. I guess for now, Vayne is actually ahead slightly, but this does feel like a pretty substantial lead right now for EG. Another good recall stop. That's always nice to see. Right? One of the little cheeky bits of power of Kai'Sa as he tries to move forward. But CLG need to find their own practice picks, it looks like. You know, getting those shots in. And they are finding some ganks, but 3-9 means it's not often enough.
Yep. A lot of extra gold here on Evil Geniuses, and they've got the territory to work with too. Since EG have every single one of their outer towers up, and they have taken both side towers of CLG, it makes it really easy to slip in for a lot of these brush plays and find those assassinations to lurk around as the LeBlanc. Jojo's got 6 stacks on his Dark Seal, as well as fully completed Ludens and Sork Shoes, the burst combo necessary for these mid-game picks. So if they can push into mid lane and this next mid tower is the target, he will be able to lurk around and really create danger zones that CLG cannot approach.
Dignitas still hoping for that CLG comeback to keep their playoff hopes alive. EG at 9 wins would lock top 6 by kicking Dignitas down and not being able to be tied down there. So really want to close one out to keep their playoff hopes, not in jeopardy, not relying on other teams at that point. So EG on the way to 9-9. We'll look for a play down to the bottom side. CLG, RoseThorn and Dhokla are here first, but it's really just some very safe wave clear. It cannot get in. EG now have 4. They're going to find that stun, and that is going to be a death yet again. Down into the turret, a second kill already. jojopyun gets in there. Inspired turns off the turret, and it's time for RoseThorn and Prismal to run away as fast as possible. Blast Plant will get him to safety. A good hit there. And just barely slinking away. Low health. Danny gets one more shot. Can't quite get it. But now towards Prismal. Gonna dive in. Gonna find one. He should lose his life. It gets a second, actually. And Ahri doesn't have the damage. Turret does what CLG's champions could not.
Triple kill for Danny there on the Zeri. Phreak, you are looking for him to have some big plays and zoom around on it in this game, and he does. This is actually technically diving 3 towers, all the way past the outer one, into the second end inhibitor tower. Both got shots off on him as he's cleaning up CLG members left and right.
I mean, conceptually, he dived 4 of them because he ran past bot tier 2,
well,
and then, here we go, the Bud Light Ace.
Exactly. Oh my goodness. All right, well, Vulcan is the one we want to highlight for the recent plays, though, because his pinpoint accuracy on the Leona ultimates just get them kill after kill after kill. He has targeted every one of these squishy members on CLG and been able to punish them so quickly, setting them up for his teammates to kill. It is 5 kills Jojo, 6 kills Danny. The race is on. Who's going to collect the most heads?
I don't know, but Triple's going to be one of them for sure. Ooh, does get hit. Gets away enough. Merc Treads make it very hard to combine the Shield of Daybreak into Solar Flare, so Triple able to dash away in time and not die. That is one head pikeless right now, but jojopyun's like, hang on a second. I will go inside your base and poke Dhokla.
Meanwhile, it's at least going to be an objective bounty picked up for CLG, but that you better get back quick because Rift Herald down mid means EG are going to open the gates.
Yeah, mid lane going to take at least that shot. It may not fully die. We'll see how much they want to siege with. Playing far enough ahead, however, and with the new minion wave, this is going to be enough. Danny going to put this one down. There's 2 turrets down in the mid lane. Top tier 2 has already fallen, of course. Inhibitor now open, but not going to be attacked just yet. At what point will they find Kai'Sa? When will they find the engage? Problem is, an 8,000 gold difference is pretty meaningful here.
Yeah, you can say that again. 8,000 gold difference at just over 17 minutes in the game. Objective bounties have been on for a while. EG do need to protect against that. They can go retreat over to the Infernal, grab that one off the map, make sure there's no big comeback opportunity for CLG.
And even Impact getting to steal away some of the camp, so RoseThorn going to fall a little bit behind. You can see equal levels with Inspired. Has farmed pretty well. Obviously, Inspired's done pretty well to get the ganks off. 3 deaths on RoseThorn as they've been picked off pretty reliably here into this one. Jojo's going to knock down the wave in mid, and we look to see when CLG's next stand will be. Right now, just 1 dragon apiece, so they're not in a huge time pressure yet. The game is accelerated based on kills, but the map state is actually relatively young in that Baron hasn't spawned and we're only 2 dragons in.
Yeah. Young like the players in this game.
Yeah. Good transition,
a lot of them.
Kobe.
A lot of them, not Impact. But we are pushing out. There's that pickup on the dragon that EG were looking for. They let the jungler go handle that. Danny's got better things to do. You know, he had to go grab that big wave on bottom side. Even Impact, I would say, is a youthful gamer.
Soul.
He's a youthful gamer.
Youthful gamer. I like that. Yeah. I buy that. Inspired turned 20 this split. Otherwise, we had the 17, 18, 19 for the middle 3 on EG. And I think Vulcan's like 23 or something. It's like, you know, still a relatively young player, of course, as well. Fairly recent to the scene, all things considered. EG going for a little bit more now as Breezy's going to run for the hills, pull himself to safety. And Vulcan's like, yeah, I'll blast into your base. I don't even care. Dhokla's got to be careful. Does have Cleanse Flash, whatever. And that's a turret going down yet again. Here comes the dive and just right all the way into it. It's tripled. First for Nautilus to get away. Now he wants the champion. He just wants to get away from these fights. Dhokla forced out yet again. A knockup on Renekton, but not enough for the kill. He's 2 shots away from dead, but they can't hold the line long enough to find that. There's the push in. A great try, but a stopwatch answers all of it. Yeah. The bait was beautiful. RoseThorn R's into death, and Triple's going to be slow. Danny in for more, forcing Prismal to flash away. Jojo, nice juke, gets away from that hook as well.
EG going to lay waste to the CLG base, and they know they don't have the best of scaling, but it doesn't matter because any team scales when you have a 10,000 almost gold lead here at 20 minutes.
Yeah, you're ahead on items. Your champs are all stronger at this point in time. It's not even going to be close. On the way to Nashers for Prismal. Enough for the E-Evolve just about, but needs the entire Nashers to get his W, and I mean, will it even matter in the first place? I think a ton of poke. If EG for some reason just stop playing aggressively, you can eventually poke them out with, you know, Kai'Sa and do the follow through, but that assumes Vulcan will not just dive everything, which by the way, he'll dive everything.
Yeah, I mean, if EG suddenly stop playing aggressively and let CLG farm up for another good 10, 15 minutes, then it will get dicey, but as you say, Vulcan isn't going to stop anytime soon. Inspired as well, pushing the pace here. 20.5 minutes, and they've only got 1 inhibitor tower left to break.
So what's going to happen? Well, the sweeper's on, the wards go down, and CLG cannot fight for that brush. It's right in front of the base, and it's still too aggressive to really be able to stand there, so it's going to be given up. They're going to find that first engage on the top side. There was going to be enough. Impact nearly dead. The flash follow, and he's just 1 auto short. Can't find it. Breezy gonna be rooted. jojopyun in for a bit more. Almost gets triple. A flash of safety for the Nautilus, but it's still gonna be the kills coming through. A double in a triple for Danny. And will he get the quadra? Not just yet. Maybe rename the mid laner to can go for it, but not happening. Jojo gets the chunks across. Danny cannot quite get it still as the shots come back in for Prismal. But the Nexus turrets, those don't run away. Danny charmed onto the laser. Danny will find his second death at 10, 2, and 2. The Evil Geniuses, a slaughter over CLG's Academy team. They will take the victory in 21.5. They will secure playoffs, and they will do the same for FlyQuest and Golden Guardians. We bid farewell to CLG for the split. We bid farewell to Dignitas for the split. EG's in the postseason. They'll fight for a top 4 spot as they finish the last 4 kills and then knock down the Nexus.
Danny gets Zeri again. I didn't think he would be getting Zeri after the, first Zeri game with the pentakill and all that, but looked good on it again. He's still got it. The rest of EG as well. Very, very aggressive. Impact being patient early on in the Vayne matchup, getting his CS, waiting for his jungler to come, and then going all in with the flashes, getting that revenge on the annoying top lane matchup.
And it's interesting because the regular split ends for EG the way it kind of started, which is, wow, you are really, really good against Academy teams. They smashed Lock-In, and you take a look back at it, and it's like, oh, well, you mostly played Academy teams. And then it was a really rough road in the Spring Split, right? They were 8-9 into this game. That is so much worse than players expected out of them. You look at, for comparison, 100 Thieves, they peaked at the end. 7-2 in the second on Robin. 100 Thieves showed up to play by the very end. They look like a real threat. They're top 3. EG, a team that we had hoped for so much, well, you can slaughter Academy teams. And that's great that like you have that baseline where you'll really step up against teams below you. But the problem is the road now, all EG has left is playing Academy teams. Now, playing playoff teams, playing top teams in the league. They might have tie breaks today against playoff teams. They then have the playoffs themselves to run. And I need to see EG play to like this level of dominance against teams at the caliber there.
And I'm excited to see them do it.
Yes, me too. So we are joining LeTigress on stage with jojopyun for a Verizon post-game interview.
Thank you, Phreak. With that Evil Geniuses victory, they knock out Dignitas and secure their spot in the playoffs. I'm joined by mid laner jojopyun. First time for you to do so, Jojo. How does it feel?
I mean, it feels pretty cool. I've never done an interview on stage before, so it feels nice, you know. I'm pretty happy with the win. It was pretty expected, so it feels good.
Yeah, last time that we spoke, it was in a virtual context.
Yeah.
I know you have some familiarity with the players you just faced off against from your time in Academy. Did you feel any type of way about that?
Not really. I was just more focused on winning the game because the game was pretty important, so I just focused on playing my best, and yeah.
How do you feel that Evil Geniuses as a squad sets you up for this playoff run that you're about to go into? Because it is a very different vibe, right? Best of 5s, best of 3s compared to this type of stage.
I feel like us as a team, like we're better on a best of 3, best of 5. I think best of 1s are not our strong suit, so we're actually excited for playoffs because it's not a best of 1. So I actually think we're going to play well. So yeah.
All right, jojopyun, congratulations on
Thank
securing
you.
the spot. Thank you for the interview.
Thank you.
There's a lot for us to cover here on the LCS on this day. So let's go ahead and head on over to the desk to give you some updates on the playoff implications.
Thank you very much for that interview, and congrats to Jojo for his first stage interview.
Nice.
I mean, he played really well. Got a ton of kills.
Yes. Fastest game of the split.
Fast game of split.
Yeah.
And as they mentioned, officially EG is clinched for playoffs.
Boom.
Now it's somewhere
Let's
between
go.
4th and 6th. But also, as we mentioned at the start of the day, if any of those teams that were 4, 5, 6, EG, FlyQuest, GG, if they all lost, then Dig had a chance. If any of them win, Dig is out. So we have to pour one out for Dignitas. And Mark is there to do the honors.
It's just so sad. Dignitas taken before our time.
EG took him out.
They had a chance, they just couldn't do it.
I can see the tears.
It's really getting to me. I'm very emotional right now. But I just want to remember their season. You know, it was incredible how good they played. They surprised everyone in Lock-in Tournament, beating 100 Thieves.
Yep.
And, you know, it just felt like Blue was so close to doing it. It just doesn't feel fair that they couldn't beat TL once or C9 or Fly or EG or Golden Guardians. Just
too bad.
Too bad. So pour some out for them. It was a good run in spring. Better than I think a lot of us predicted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just too bad that Danny had to beat the hell out of him. The CLG Academy. Unlucky. He's dead.
All right. Thanks, Mark.
Oh, yeah, we're going to break
Amazing.
now, I guess. Am I doing the toss? Are you doing the toss?
Anyone can do the
Where's
toss.
the
C9
host?
versus FlyQuest is
break.
up next. We're going to head to break. So sad.
RoseThorn wasting Inspired's time, down by the ward on bottom side, and then top side as well. That chain procs though.
It's gonna hurt a lot. One more hit. No, the flash is too late. Just barely slinking away. Low help. Then one more shot. Can't quite get it. But now towards Prismal. Gonna dive in. Gonna find one. He should lose his life. Gets a second actually. And Ahri doesn't have the damage. Turret does what CLG's champions could not.
Triple kill for Danny there on the Zeri.